aren't they gorgeous? Gorgeous. I've got the scarf going with the hat. This is a C2C scarf, but it's not really that cold. It's the wind that kind of comes up. That's kind of like, I thought if I had the scarf on, it would help to kind of block the wind from coming over here. So, and Mom had fingerless gloves, so I was able to get those just to kind of keep my hands warm. It's not really that cold. Hi, Jessica. Welcome on in. It's not really that cold. It's just the wind that comes in, and that's what kind of gets to your bones. But anyway, we are out here. We're enjoying the beautiful, gorgeous. Let me turn this chair so you can see the fountain. The gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous fall leaves. Aren't they beautiful? They're so pretty. They're just coming even more and more as we come out here. This is thinning. That one tree is, hi Epic, is so much less. You can see there's like just so much more, right there. There's a spot in there, of course, and hopefully you can hear me well. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you would like people to connect with your channel. And just a little side note. Hi Teresa, welcome on in. My semi-finalist winner, welcome on in. A little note to the people that are, and I got your email by the way. Think about it for a minute. That are collaborators. I have been looking at something when you go into your studio, your YouTube studio. It says invite collaborators. And I started playing around with that a little bit today. And that is a great way to be able to have that as an option if you're going to be collaborating with anybody. I've gone back to ones that I've done before, but if you are kind of going and you're thinking, well, I'm going to be collaborating with when we did Suno with Echo, I'm going to be collaborating with her. I would maybe invite her as a collaboration so we're both on the name title, and then that way it makes it really easy for everyone to make a connection with her and with me. So she's done it on some of the older videos, and this way it makes more impressions because it gets shown more. So in this video I will put the video that I found that was really helpful to understand it a little bit more and understand really the benefits of doing it, and I'll put it down there for anybody that wants to watch. And I'm actually going to put it, I think, on my on the community tab, just for anybody, because it was really helpful to listen to what they were saying about that. So anybody in the future that, hi Ainfield, that comes on to Blessed to Crochet and would like us to, invite them into the collaborator tab, we will be more than glad to do that. So no worries on that. Just something to think about, going maybe back to the older videos. And hi Sandy, and asking, inviting somebody. It's easy. You just go into your studio, invite a collaborator, they give you a link, you send that to the collaborator, they accept it, and you're done. So if you started to see like the Suno night, you'll see, our avatar as well as Echo avatar, and that way it'll make it real easy to find them, and it makes more exposure. I think it'll be more beneficial when you are actually, when the video is going up, to make more impressions. But in the future, if I'm collaborating with anybody, then I will be asking for that for sure. So just a little side note, I will put that in the video that I watched today in the description, and I will also put it on our community tab. I have to fix this thumbnail, guys. And we're 49 away from 2K. So excited. We're getting there. We're getting there. One little project at a time. I don't know why when I go live, it takes the thumbnails and it, it just, they just disappear. I'm like, they're there. Why are you going to disappear them? So I have to go make sure that oh, I know I'll get there. I'm just like, I'm real excited to actually see it happen. And we're going to party. Believe me, we're going to party when it happens. And I didn't even share this out today. I've just kind of been in a kind of, not really a funk, but I've just kind of been like, I really was just, I've actually kind of, I've changed my thumbnail because we had some early texts this morning and from prayer groups within our church, and so I've changed it so that those texts don't happen until about after 9 o'clock in the morning, because I'm like, I wasn't quite ready to wake up. 7:30 this morning. I went to sleep about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, I'm not ready yet. So that should be fixed. So I'm also, it is the 31st is Friday. It's the 4th week of the month. So what we're going to do now too is we're going to gift memberships. We get 5 memberships a month, or 10 memberships, I'm sorry, a month to gift from Amazon. So, oh goodness gracious, I need more coffee today. More from YouTube to do. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Make sure that we get those memberships gifted out. Let's see. Membership gifting. Let's see who our 5 members are going to be today. All right. Calypso of Happiness, Texas Time, Scooter, Faith and Tackle, and Jesse Journals Boxing and Boxing, both unboxing. Some of those are extremely great channels. So all of those got memberships. Yay! I love being able to do that every month. We do that on the 2nd and 4th weeks of the month. I tried before I came live to get the shout out recaps done, and for some reason it wasn't working, so I will fix it when I get back inside. And I'll fix it when I get back inside and put it up. Hi, Monkey Man Productions. Welcome on in. You can put hashtag blessed in the chat. If you'd like people to connect with your channel, just remember when you guys are putting in the hashtags, it's great. But it's all about making sure you're making those connections properly. You really want to make sure that when you're connecting with somebody, just don't go over and hit that button. We call it the connection button. Make sure you're going over, watching content, commenting on content. If you have a channel, share them out. It takes 2 seconds to share their channel out. I think if we would do more sharing of other people's channels, I think we would grow. You know, if it's a really great channel and great content, you go in there, just share them on out. I'm going to start doing even more of that with Blessings Through Connection, and just go, let's just share them on out, because we're already there. So just remember, if you are doing that, just make sure you're making that content really stick, because otherwise it's not going to, dropping your link is great, but it will not do anything without making sure that you're making those connections happen and that they're solid. And that's what we're here for. We're really trying to make sure that those connections take place. And then really honestly, I think this new collaborating tool that YouTube came out with, I really do think will be amazing for a lot of channels. Because before we've always tagged channels, you know, if we've collaborated with them, but this way, if we actually can, you know, put them in and people can see them when they look at the avatar, and it not only makes an impression on our timeline, but their timeline, I think it's going to make it I think channels are going to grow with that tool. So I'm really excited about that. And but share them on out. If they're doing great stuff, take their moment and just share them out. I'm also going to put, if you're not connected with these channels, these are several channels that are really great for growth channels. This one is Foodie's channel. If you are a content creator or channel owner, Tuber Chat is another extremely helpful one. And then, of course, Chip's channel, Are You Locked In? Those are another really great channels for you to hook in with. And we have to help Christina. She is literally 30 away from 500. And then we have to start really working on her watch hour. So I'm going to get to the crochet in a few minutes. I'm just getting some house cleaning stuff done. So I'm going to put my daughter's channel there too as well if you're not connected with her. Some update a little bit about the computer. It's going to be a little bit. They actually, I'm a big opponent of actually getting extended warranties. Just put exclamation point Sandy. You'll, and we did get it on that computer, and they've actually refunded us almost all the price we paid for it, which was just a rebuilt computer from eBay. And so we got reimbursed for about $80. So I got the computer for $10. But I need to, Josh, we need to get Windows on some kind of, my son-in-law has Windows 11, so that we can put it on the computer. He's just had a family situation, nothing major, but, and so, I can't ask him right now. So, it's going to be a little bit, we're going to come out here, do Blessings Through Connection, but it's going to be on the phone. Beautiful backdrop. Backdrop will be gorgeous, right, for it. But we'll have to just hold off. As soon as we'll get the computer back up and running. But for right now, we're going to have to do what we have to do, right? But my husband couldn't even get into the hard drive, so everything on the computer I've lost. I have a majority of it backed up, but it's just going to be reinstalling Streamlabs and redoing everything, and it's going to be not fun. So, and I'm going to come out here over the next little bit and start recording by phone with this backdrop with our blessed devotions, and then I can always insert the Bible verses on the screen when I do the editing. So, because I'm just without a computer for a little bit until we can get that. It's probably going to be about two weeks, maybe even 3 weeks before we can get the Windows 11 on the stick, the memory stick, and then put it in the computer and see if that works. And then, if that doesn't work, then I have to, go from there. But I think the last update of StreamYard made it crash, and I'm not happy. Guess that's why I really am not liking StreamYards, right? Not StreamYards, Streamlabs. I'll get it right. So, with that being said, I'm over with my little computer rant. Hi, Alaskan Wild Man. Anyway. If Jeanette comes in here, I finished the hat. This is the hat that I'm going to be sending. I've got to wash it, and then I'll put I'll make one of those little pom-poms for the top of it. This will go in with her yarn. She is one of our subscribers that is dealing with cancer, but she is dealing with cancer, and she is making hats for veterans. So this is actually going in her thing. I promised I was going to put a hat with the package, and I finally got done that. I'm back. That is the second time that has happened. I don't know why. It happened the other night. I do not understand why that happened. I have no idea why that did it. It did it the other night too. I have no idea why. So anyway, Helping Hands for Cruising is a cruising channel that helps people go on cruises that otherwise couldn't afford to go on cruises. So we are currently working on this blanket. And I told them they're having an auction in November. We may get it done, and may not. We're doing it in memory of my dad. But this is the blanket. It's growing. You can see the lighthouse in it. And the side of it. So this is the one that we're currently working on. Hi, Ambi. Welcome on in. Thank you for coming on in. You can put #blessed if you'd like people to connect with your channel. Just make sure you're making those connections that are happening. Make sure that you're doing it the right way so that we're not one-to-one. We're making those connections because that's really, really important. I am planning, I said I would never do it. Thank you. I am planning at one point to sit down and start showing you all how to do these blankets. I got somebody who commented and said, oh, that's such an intricate pattern. And it really, it isn't when you understand how to do them. If you can do a single crochet, if you can do a bobble stitch, you can do these blankets. They are really a lot more simple than they look. And so I do plan, these ones that I'm currently working on are not my pattern, but I have done my first pattern. I'm so excited. I did it for Indigo, and so I can actually start showing eventually how to do these. That one, once I figure out how to write the pattern, which I have no idea how to do, and download it so it's on a PDF, so it makes it, and I have to figure out how to do. There's certain things I have to figure out how to do, but I have the pattern done. I just have to figure out how to write it, probably, and I'm gonna test it, but I have no problem offering it to some people to test, and if they'd like to test it and so forth, I don't mind letting them have the pattern, but I want to make sure that you guys understand how to do these. These are really not that hard to do. Hi, Janet. I gotta show you something. I finished the hat. The hat is done. It is going to get washed. It is an actual C2C hat. I love doing these hats because I seem to do them very well. So yeah, go ahead and announce something. So this is the hat. Hi, Garden State. So this is the hat. You can put #blessed in the chat if you'd like people to connect with your channel. So this is the hat. I'm going to wash it. That's why the only reason I'm going to put it on. You guys can see it. So that's the hat. So, they can curl it up. I don't do hats well, guys. It's not my forte. These blankets are my niche. So they can roll it up like this. They can have it loose like this, and they can have it loose. They can do it, like this and have it a little baggy on the top. I just don't do hats well. It's just not something I do well. This is about the only hat that I seem to do the pattern and get it. So this is the hat. I've left the little string on the top. And this one I did pretty good, but this one even itself is a little big. Stock and stuff swap. Okay, well, go ahead. I'm going to put our link tree in here. If you would please email us for Blessed to Crochet and let us know about it, and maybe we can even have you on and you can tell us all about it. We'd love to do that. So, and then in that too as well, go ahead and put your channel and tell me the information about it, because I will consider certainly participating. But I have left this on because I'm going to put one of those little poof things on top, but I do not want to do that till after I wash it. So the hat is done, and then It's going to get washed tomorrow, and then package will go out Wednesday or Thursday. And I will email you the confirmation number, Janet. So I got the hat done. And I said I was going to put one hat in there. But yeah, you're welcome. But I can't show these because they're not my patterns. I get them off of Esty from Gleefully Crocheted. But the one that I'm doing for Indigo, not that I would show the whole pattern. I will put it on our fourth wall store for you guys to purchase. Be like $5 for the pattern, something like that. And I may offer like 10% for members or something like that. But anyway, but again, I have to figure out how to put it in a PDF and how to write it and all that kind of mumbo jumbo stuff. But I figure I can take some yarn and show you all how to start them, how to do a bobble stitch, how to do the single crochet. And I think the most challenging for everybody is to figure out how to make the changes of yarn, because you're literally just you're changing yarn. I mean, like if you see with this one, hold on a second, with the Lighthouse blanket, I've got 3 strands of yarn hooked into one. We've got this one, oh no, that's not one, sorry guys. This one, right? We've got this one, they're all on the blanket. And then we've got this one on the end. So it looks like it's really challenging, but it's actually not, because then you're not having to end the stitches. So this one is the current one. However, I've been commissioned to do 2 more. I'm the blanket lady. If y'all haven't seen the short with the blanket lady, go see how many blankets we've done. So this is the one I'm kind of currently having to work on, because the gentleman is leaving to go back home and in December, and he wants to give it to his grandchild, of course, before he goes home. This one's really easy because it's one solid color across, so I'm just working with the solid color. So there is the date that they were born. Now this bottom part is actually my own design, but the rest of it is the pattern that she's got off of Gleefully Crocheted. So this is the dates on the bottom. Then it's going to say, it has an owl. It's going to say, "I'll always love you." And then on the top is the child's name. So, so that's what we're kind of having to switch over to, because I've got to get this one done in a very fast pace of time. And it's actually like a silver. I don't think I have the silver out here. It's a silver, and then this is stonewash. I love the stonewash. So anyway, that's what we're working on, because I kind of had to take a sidetrack and do this one. But what I'll start doing eventually is showing you all how to, what I'm going to do is take, like, I figure if I take the heart of the heart and in a block, because these things are done in blocks. So if I do like the heart, and I show you all how to do do just squares, right? And I can show you how to crochet it, and then how to change over for the next one, so you can see, and so forth. But I've officially done my first pattern. I do have to go through it and actually get it numbered, because it wasn't numbered. Hey Reese Power, welcome on in. This is Blessed to Crochet. You do not have to have a crochet hook in order to be able to participate. Your crochet hook, guys, is your hashtag blessed to be able to have people connect with your channel. Just please make sure that you are connecting the correct way. We are 49 away from 2K, and we actually said we will crochet in the snow when we get to 49 or 2K. First time it snows, I will sit out here, all bundled up, and I will sit in the snow and I will crochet for 20 minutes. Yeah, I want I want to see us get there to the 2K. Hi, Allison. Welcome on in. So, aren't those fall leaves? I mean, they are just stunning. I have not released, and I haven't even done it yet. I'm going to do it when I go inside. The quote for today. When I do that, there is the song we had from last week's quotes, which says, "Fall reminds us that change can be beautiful because of all the wonderful fall leaves." So, what we're going to do is, Josh and I have got to head down to the Amish country, which is not far from where we live, about 45 minutes. I don't think I'll have the greatest reception, but I'm going to take video of us going down there, because I thought about how to kind of put that song out, and I thought, well, I think it'd be pretty to go see the fall leaves, not, see them happening, not just take, pictures from, things and do it. I think it'd be prettier just to take a ride. The Amish country is so beautiful. So I thought I'll take my camera. We'll go down there one day, and we will, I'll take some video and I'll put that together, and I'll release that song. Even though it's a little bit delayed, it'll be fine. You'll start seeing some of the Bible verse songs that were in video form start to get released tomorrow. I didn't want to bury the Fall Fest video, so that's why I didn't release anything. But you're going to start seeing those videos that I've kind of held off releasing start coming out tomorrow. And I'm going to get caught up with the Bible verses when I go inside, for sure. And so I thought Wednesday we'll probably head down to the Amish country, because we got to pick up our 4 boxes, for the Samaritan's Purse. We fill 4 shoe boxes every year, or 2 boxes we filled last year. We'd like to fill 4 this year. And we'll certainly be doing a live, and any super chats, or anybody that sends us anything will be going directly towards filling their shoe boxes, or at least for kids. And every year we'd like to see it grow. We'd like to see more and more shoe boxes getting filled. And so we'll be doing that very shortly, because that has to be done. I know that they're ready now. But hi, Brit Family Fun. How are you doing? Welcome on in. So that's kind of the upscale. Tomorrow we're going to build that scarecrow that I did. I was not feeling the greatest, actually. Hold on a second. I gotta see what I'm doing here for a second. We went to the, we did the thing with my dad, and then I came home on Thursday night, not feeling the greatest, and then sneezing, and then winding up with a low-grade fever. So I thought, the last thing I need to do is be out in the cold. Well, I wasn't feeling the greatest. So we're going to build the scarecrow tomorrow. And then I'm going to, when we go down to the Amish country, get a pumpkin, because I'm going to show you a really cute idea for a pumpkin. So I figured that would be great. So no carved pumpkin to do. So we'll try to do that this week. Maybe Thursday, get you ready for Fall Fest drawing on Friday at 4. And there's going to be door prizes too as well. And so got some things happening, guys. For sure, you can put #blessed in the chat if you'd like people to connect with your channel. And then If you are and you can share us out, we'd appreciate it. We're on the road and we're going to get to 2K. We'd like to see that happen before the end of the year. I'd love to see that happen before the end of the year. I have to see something for a second because it doesn't. Okay, it's like, wait a minute, that didn't look right. So I can start. Oh yes, I'm feeling better. I felt, I don't know what it was. I had, I don't know whether I had an allergy reaction to something or something. I don't know what I did. But I came home and I was like, I felt just not the greatest. And I thought, no, being outside in the cold air is not what this girl needed. And I think that it was an emotional, I said, my mom said, this was an emotional thing for, us. My dad passed in 21. We had his service in 21 in Dayton, Ohio. He was placed in a columbarium there, but we now don't live near Dayton. We're about 2 hours away from Dayton. So, thank you, Garden. Thank you, Robin. So I didn't want to, if anything happened to my mother, I did not want to have to go to Dayton to deal with any, things. So we had, his remains, his ashes placed. Trigger warning, guys. You know, my, you know, like we got them here, and then we placed them, and the place is huge. I mean, I did do a video. I did a beautiful song about Veterans Legacy. It's a really pretty song. We did not go through the cemetery as quickly as the video did. But if I'd actually gone through and done the video, it had taken 11 minutes to go through that entire place. It's a huge place. Beautiful place. My daughter can get to it, and she can go visit it within about 15-20 minutes from where she is. When we go and see her, we could go there. So it certainly makes for a better thing than where he was. And so, very nice. But it was still emotional, and we kind of, we decided to do a little something for Patty, because, she really never had a service, and if she did, it would have been in Florida. We were not going to go to that. So, we kind of said our goodbyes to Patty, and it was just it was an emotional day, but everybody kind of watched me throughout the day, and my mom's like, you don't look like you feel the greatest. I'm like, I don't. And then I came home, and I know when I'm going to get a fever is when I start getting chills up and down my spine. And I started with that. I'm like, ah. And sure enough, I had a low-grade fever. So. And I was like, okay. And we were supposed to do a Connect and Grow on Friday, and I couldn't do it. I was just, the fever went away, but I felt horrible on Friday, and I thought all I did was kind of crochet the day away and rest and fall asleep, and I thought, okay, time to listen to the body. And not that it's terribly cold, it's the wind. It's the wind that's getting you. Let's see what the weather is here. And then Sunday, it did nothing but rain all day. Everybody else had rain, but we had lots of rain on Sunday. I was going to film on the way home from church because it's such a beautiful drive, and I thought I could film the leaves, and all you could see was the windshield wipers going beep, 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 beep. 56 degrees. Like I said, it's not terribly cold, but there's just a little bit of a wind. At least I can be, cannot be too cold. I made some pumpkin bread today. House smells wonderful. We give Mocha pumpkin, and I have the big cans of pumpkin. The pumpkin doesn't freeze well. And so and I was like, I'll have to buy a can of pumpkin. And I said, well, I didn't find a recipe for pumpkin bread, and I did. It was absolutely delicious. Took some heavy cream, half and half, and a little powdered sugar, and made a glaze for the top. Very moist, really good. And I thought this way we can have some pumpkin bread. It was absolutely delicious. It was a nice recipe for pumpkin bread. I've got to keep that recipe. I can have pumpkin bread any time of year. It doesn't have to be the fall for pumpkin bread. It's really good. And they said it could freeze for, it could freeze for like up to 3 months. It was a really nice recipe. And it made 2 loaves out of it. So I made some pumpkin bread. It was really good. But I thought I'll show you all how to, do this, because I know it looks complicated, and it's not. It's just, if you can do a bobble stitch, you've got it. And a single crochet, you've got it. You can do these blankets. But I figured if I did a sample where I showed everybody how to do them, and they can really pick up a pattern and do them. I think it also depends on the person who does the pattern. I find the way that I found these patterns to be done the easiest way to understand how to do them, because it feels like you're working with a huge cross stitch pattern is what it ends up being. So I've got to work on this one because this has a timeline. And I'm going to work on an Elvis one. It's going to be coming down the pike for sure. I've got an Elvis one I want to do. And Echo, she said, if you do an Elvis one, I'll commission you to do that blanket for a friend of mine that loves Elvis. I haven't checked out her channel. She has another great channel. Yep. And one of the shows I've been watching as I've kind of been getting stuff done is Northern Exposure. But I haven't seen that show in years. And it came up because I got done with something or other. And I'm like, okay. Time for Northern Exposure. See how many, and then I'm gonna bring you down for just a second. I just want to show everybody for a second. I don't know if anybody's gonna see this, but I'll show you for a second, okay? When you're doing, just start we'll start giving you some heads up on the bobble stitches, right? So if I was working with another color, right, it would just be, you would literally be taking this string and moving it back over here and then starting with your other color over here. But with these blankets, all you're doing is a single crochet. So if you know how to single crochet, you're just going in and literally going down and single crocheting down the blanket. And there's 29 from this bobble part right here to this. So these little loops, I don't know if y'all can see them. Those little like triangles things right there, right? That's considered one stitch. So you're counting to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. So we have 18 stitches so far. $19, $20, $21, $22, $23, $24, $25. Now we're at the place where it's supposed to call for a bobble stitch. Now some people will do these blankets with popcorn stitches. I prefer bobble stitches. So when you do a bobble stitch, you're going in like you're going to do a single crochet, okay? But you're taking your, when you do a single crochet, you're going in the hole and going around like this. And you're going to close off the stitch that way, okay? But when you're doing a bobble stitch, you're going to proceed to go around like this and go in the hole, and then you're going to come up. You're not going to end your stitch. You're going to go through 2, then you're going to go back, grab another thing yarn, go through 2 more, grab another thing of yarn, go through 2 more. Now we've got 4 loops on the hook. You're going to do it one more time. Now we've got 5, I don't know if you can see it, 5 hooks on, or 5 strands on the yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to take the yarn again and go through, and now that's how you make a bobble stitch, okay? And then we're going to go and make a single crochet. They're very simple to do. So then, I'm going to say it's 7. So then we have 7. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Then we have 3 bobble stitches in a row. Now when you do a bobble stitch and you do these blankets, you are not going to do bobble stitches right on top of each other. So we're going to do another bobble stitch. So you're going to grab yarn, take it in the hole, bring it up, go through 2. Get more yarn, go back, 2, go back again. Sometimes people will do this 4 or 5 times. I like 4. Do it again. So now you have 4. You're going to do it again. And now you have 5. And you're going to close it off. You don't go back into the next hole and do a bobble stitch. You always have a single crochet between the bobble stitches and spacing out. So we'll do a single crochet. Now it's time to do another bobble stitch. So you're going to take it and just do another one. Go get some yarn. 2. Do it again. 3. Do it again. 4. Do it again. 5. And then we're going to close it off. The bobble stitches are easier because you get to keep all your yarn on the hook. And then you're going to do another single crochet. Now we got one more bobble stitch to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to close it off, okay? Then we have 5 between that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your end is a bobble stitch in this pattern. So you take it and you go, grab some yarn, bring it back, grab some yarn, bring it back, grab some yarn, bring it back, grab some yarn, bring it back. That's it. And then you just close it off, and then you end with a single crochet. Now here's something to note. When your pattern is facing you on these blankets, when the pattern is facing this way, where the bobbles are in front of you, okay? That's the side you're always doing the bobble stitches on. The side you're doing the bobble stitches is always when the bobble stitches are in the front, okay? This is the back. There's no bobble stitches here on the back. It's always the front of the work. When the front of the work is there, if you're doing the bobble stitches and you see the bobble stitches, if you're working and the bobble stitches are appearing, you're doing the bobble stitches on the wrong side. This is always the right side for the bobble stitches. So you're working, right? This is the back. When you're working on your bobble stitches, it's always this back needs to be facing, it's always on the back that you're working from the bobble stitches. So then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work. Now the bobble stitches, I guess you should say that when the bobble stitches are facing away from you. When now my work, right, is this way, and I have to do a row, and now the bobble stitches is close to me. Now this is the row that I always will be total single crochets. No bobble stitches will be on this row. Because if you did a bobble stitch on that row, right, it would look really weird. I'm just going to do this as an example. If I did a bobble stitch this way, right, I'm going to take it out in a second, just showing everybody. If you were doing a bobble stitch, you see the problem? Now the bobble stitches are on the wrong side. They're on this side, and they need to be on this side. All the bobble stitches need to be on this side. If I start doing the bobble stitches on this side, then I've done it on the wrong side. So you do one row of pattern, the next row is single crochet, then back to the bobble stitch row, then you do a single crochet row. It's almost like a typewriter if you think about it. It's, those old-fashioned typewriters, if you've lived long enough, and and you hit the typewriter and you went woof, and then they hit the thing and it came back the other direction, and when you're going right to left, it is always a single crochet row coming back. So if this is facing this back side, you're done the bobbles on the wrong side, because that has to be a single crochet row. So take that out. And I'll probably have to get a lot closer when I show everybody. Okay, these are your bobbles. You see these parts? These are your bobble stitches. It's this last little stitch, right? That's where a single crochet goes in that stitch. And you have to be careful that you're not missing that. There's a bobble stitch, and then there was the single crochet stitch, that you're not missing that, because it's an easy miss. So if you go through and you're thinking to myself, well, you know what, it's not adding up right. You may have either forgotten the bobble stitch for a single crochet, or putting it in that stitch that was the single crochet between the bobble stitches. So make sure that you're not forgetting to put a stitch there. And then you're putting behind the bobble stitch, then that single crochet, then behind the bobble stitch, and you just go all the way down. The typewriter is now going in this direction. Then when we get to the end, we're going to go in this direction and start working pattern. So this is just, it's always single crochet pattern, single crochet pattern, it's always the same. And I know it may look like these blankets are very intricate, but once you get the hang of them, you're going to get hooked, because they're my favorite blankets, because they always work out, and I love doing them. I truly, truly love doing them. Like, we were able to put, the individual's birth date on the blanket. So, when you get the blanket, they have the birth date of the individual. So it says 08/10/25. So it has the birth date when they get it. And it's going to have their name on it. So it becomes extremely personable kind of blanket, in a way that I have never found anything else to be when it comes to crochet. So it's easy. We're going to sit. I think the best way to do it is just sit with some yarn and show you basically how to do it. And then once you guys get the hang of it, and then we'll go over simple pattern reading on the bobble stitch blankets. I'm telling you, if you love to crochet, you're going to get hooked. You're going to get hooked. Like me. And then you're going to be like, out of anything that I do, the bobble stitch blankets are my favorite. They're just hands down my favorite. Do you not see the water, guys? Look at the water. The trees are reflecting on the water. Isn't that just beautiful? It's gorgeous. That is really pretty. The fall leaves right there they're just right on the water. I think that's the first night I've probably seen that. Never get tired of it. Never, never, never. So I think hopefully that was a little bit. Like I said, I was never going to close myself down, but if y'all are going to look for how to do hats and other stuff, okay, great. Hats and other stuff, go to Bag-A-Day. I'm not qualified to do that, but these blankets are really easy. They're a lot easier than people think. They come up very fast, but I just love the fact that they can become so personable in so many ways. They really can. And I just love it. I will also, when I look at the email, Ambi, I will also forward it on to Echo too, if you're not in with her channel. She may want to have you on to talk about it. I know. It's the first time I've seen it, Sandy. But there you go. And I will send it on to her. And then we've got to talk about our cookie connection this year. And just trying to getting caught up. I've just, with the computer down now, it's kind of like, this is going to be a little bit of time to deal with all that, but, and I need to, I don't want to bother my son-in-law right now. So he's dealing with some stuff. So, but we'll get it done, and he's just got to give us the. Hopefully that's the thing. Josh tried to talk with the guy today on the phone, and we need to get the Windows 11 on some kind of memory stick, and he couldn't. He tried to do it on the computer, but it wasn't working, and so. We'll get it done. But we're gonna come out here tomorrow, or I think tomorrow I'll do a Blessings Through Connection out here, because we won't be able to do late night Blessings Through Connection like 8 o'clock because it gets too dark. But I'll probably have to do some afternoons for a while just to. I can't do any commune streams. I'm telling you, after this one, I want to go back to StreamYards in the worst way. Because if I downloaded Streamlabs and it did something to this computer, I'm going to tell you where they can take it. So. It is so pretty. There's a doggy. He's not happy. I think the scarf is actually helping to keep me a little warmer. And I think too, having these, I want to get the Indigo recommended some heated warmless glove or fingerless gloves. I'm going to look into getting those for my mother for Christmas, because that would be cool. For sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Oh, well, that's awesome. I'm going to read it, I promise you. It may not happen till tomorrow, but I will read it. And then, maybe something that Echo may be interested in doing too as well. So I will look at it and certainly do that. And then we're doing, like I said, we've got to go down and get the boxes for the shoe boxes. We filled 2 shoe boxes. They went to Guatemala, I think, last year. We filled 2 shoe boxes last year for Samaritan's Purse. And we're going to try to fill 4 this year. We have some of the supplies already. And we want to fill 4 shoe boxes this year. And so we will be doing a special live for the shoe boxes. It costs money to fill them, and then it costs, if we want to track the shoe boxes, it costs $10 per shoe box to track. So, and it's nice to track them so that we know where our shoe boxes went to. And we're giving back. For sure. I'm excited to see who's going to be the semi-finalist or the grand prize winner. Lester Crochets on the wheel. Well, Mama got 1 for the Fall Fest, and I got 2. So I'm excited to see who's going to be the winner of the grand prize. I have seen other people crochet those types of blankets. Always have been. Don't be. I'm telling you, do not be intimidated. It looks harder than it is. It's really not. Hold on a second. I'll show you for a second. For instance, it's not. I'm actually going to go back to this one for a minute. I was intimidated, the first one. And if you go to our shorts and we look at the song, The Blanket Lady, I did that one, and you'll see how many blankets I've done. And the first one I did was the Bones and Paws blanket, and I did that for Ashley Bagaday, did a raffle. She does fundraising, and people were allowed to send in blankets, and that was the first one I did. And then I was hooked. It was like, these are mine. This is my blankets. So, I'm going to actually take this out because I have a problem with it. And then we'll go back to the one I need to work on. But I knew when I did something, I had done something wrong, so. And the night that I was out here doing this, I couldn't see. So then that was another problem. All right, we're going to take this out and take you back to the beginning, okay? And the way that I have found this one person on ST that did them is the way that I'm going to write our patterns for them, because they're the easiest. They look, I can't show you the whole thing because it's not mine. They're on like a graph. So, I mean, it makes it so easy to really do them. You're not really reading a pattern. That's what makes it nice, okay? All right, I'm going to bring you all down for a second just so you can see. We will go into more detail because it's not going to show. But I don't want anybody to be intimidated by these. Okay. Because they don't need to be intimidating to do, actually. Okay. Then you know where I'm at. All right. When you're doing a bobble stitch blanket, like I said before, you are always working the bobbles where you can hold the blanket up and the bobbles are on the front of the blanket. If you start doing bobbles on this side, right, then you're doing it the wrong way. You're still an essential reading a pattern. You really are. So the back side never has any bobbles on it. When you're working the bobbles, you're always doing it with this facing outward, okay? That's not necessarily a chart. It really isn't. It's a graph. I'm telling you, they are so easy to do. Believe me. So they're just so easy. I can't say that enough. So you're always working. If this is in front of you like this, then you're working a bobble row. If the bobble stitches are, if you're working where this is facing out, then it's always a single crochet row. That's it. So I gotta see what row I'm on first. So I'm on, like I said, we're working to get our own pattern so I can actually show them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. You can see where I'm at 12. Okay? Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 65 and 10. So, I'll just make 3. Okay. So, we're going to do 3, okay, 3 bobble stitches, or 3 single crochets in first. Then here we're doing a bobble stitch, and if you don't know what a bobble stitch is, it's like you're doing a single, or like you're doing you're starting it off like you're doing a half crochet. Yeah, where you're going like this. This is a, you know, half crochet kind of thing. I can't think what it's called, but anyway, you're kind of starting it off like that. So you're going to take and pick up yarn, go into the space hole, go through once. You keep 2 on the hook. You go again. That's the second round. Now you have 3. You're always getting rid of 2. Then you're going in again. You're going to get rid of 2. Go through 2 loops. Now you have 4. You're going to do it one more time. Some people do this 5. Sometimes people do them 4 times. I do 4. Now I have 5 loops on my hook, so now I'm going to go ahead and close it off. Now we're going to do another 3 stitches. Okay? Then we're going to do another bobble stitch. 2, 3. You're always getting rid of going through 2 stitches. Right? Now you've got 5. I'm going to close it off again. 1, 2. Now we've got to change yarn. So now we're at a position, right, where we've got to go into this section. This is the yarn. This always stays on. I've worked with them where I've done 19 different yarns at once. It's doable. I wouldn't recommend starting with that, but it's doable. So now you take this yarn and you're going to just move it on back. Okay, that one's done for right now. You're going to pick up this yarn and you're just going to go and put it through. Now we've changed yarns. Now the first one is a bobble stitch. So you do your bobble stitch again. And then you do your single crochets. And the pattern says to do, let's see how many, hold on a second. 65. So I'm going to count 65 single crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, has to be a long row, right? 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 34, 65. No, you're not carrying the yarn. We're now working with this yarn. We're going to go back to working with this yarn. Now it's time for a bobble stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're doing 1, 2, 2, oops, if I can get 2. And I'm using a 4.5 because I tend to crochet loosely, so I have to do it a little bit with a smaller hook so I don't make the blankets enormous. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here I've gotten a row wrong, probably 7. So it needed to be 1 more. Hold on a second. So you're counting. Go back for just a second to see. There was something I did with this one, I think. But I may just carry it over to see that you can see. I've got to fix something because I've done something with it. But anyway, I want you to see this is not going to be right. I knew there was something wrong. I skipped something or other, but I'm going to show you so you can see what I'm talking about. Hi, Diamond in the Sticks. It's the wind, really. So because of that, I'm just going to carry this and just do a single crochet all the way through. You're just doing single crochets and bobble stitches. That's all you're doing all the way through, but I've got to fix it. I knew the other night something wasn't quite right, but I want to show you what I'm talking about. So you can see that, then I'll fix it when I'll have to fix it off of a live so I can get it correct, because there's something I've done. It's an easy fix. But I want to show you this. So you can see when you're talking about carrying over the yarn, what it is. It's about 55 degrees. It actually feels really good outside. I'm not really paying much attention to the pattern right now because I've got to go back and make a correction, but I wanted you all to see this. I'm going to show this in a lot more detail because we're going to eventually, we have our first pattern, we're going to start working on that. I can certainly put it up, I just have to figure out how to do all that and so forth, so and how to write them because I have no idea how to do that, guys. The current blanket that I'm kind of having to work on is not something I can show a change of yarn because, and you can put hashtag blessed in the chat if you want people to connect with your channel. Because it's one single color. All right. We've done that row correctly. Haha. I gotta go back and fix it. We're at a bobble stitch. So again, you're gonna do your bobble stitch, right? Okay. When you've got the 1, 2, 3, I put an extra row on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now you have the correct. When you have this on your thing, you're taking this yarn, because now we're done for this row working with this yarn, and you're going to put it back. Okay, it's over here. We're not working for it anymore. We're going to pick up the yarn that we now need to work with, which is still attached to here, okay? And we're going to use that to pull through and finish the bobble. And then you just go ahead and work your bobble stitches or your single crochets. I think it was 3. It was 3, and then you're going to do a bobble stitch. And I'm not doing this the neatest because I got to go back and fix whatever I did. But I will do that later. And so then you go all the way to the end. This is going to end. Hi, Rudy. 61 and 67. And the reason I said 61 in the chat with the source is because that's how many we were away last night from getting to 2K. That's why I said 61. And then you're going to do a single crochet. Now we're going to start this side. And this side becomes, when I get it all undone, right? Now the bobbles are close to us, okay? This is the back side. So now this row literally becomes, okay? All this row becomes is a single crochet. And you're just doing a single crochet all the way through. I don't know if they do. I'm sure they do. And then when we get to this section, right, now we've got to put this yarn aside, let it go rest for a minute, right? And now we've got to pick up this yarn and put it through and keep going. That's how you work these blankets. You do not work them by taking out the yarn. And I'm going to stop because I've got to go back and make corrections on them. Hi. So that's how you do them. You're kind of carrying over the yarn, but, you know, in the way that you're doing it. But no, you're not having to. One thing I like about everything is that you're not having to, somebody's doing fireworks. Yeah, so I will show in more detail. We will have our own patterns. I think the best way to show it, because we will put the pattern up when I get to figure out how to do all that, right? In the merch store. And I will show you all how to do them a lot more close than what I just did. Much more close. But the one that we are working on Love them balmy. Oh, favorite time of year, guys. The one that we're currently working on is only dealing with one color. So, you know, because of that, there's not a carryover. I'm just when you're thinking of these blankets, you kind of have to think of a typewriter, an old-fashioned typewriter that you saw everybody go do 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 woo, and you have to think of the do 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 typing, and then when they went woo, that's your, you know, typing is your bobble stitch part, and then the woo is you're going back and you're doing the single crochet row. Type, 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 single crochet row. Type, 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 type. It's just literally like that. They don't need to be intimidating at all. Yeah, they don't need to be intimidating. This is just a single crochet. So if I was telling you to do something, or do a pattern, I would tell you to start off with a bobble stitch blanket that's one color. Or start getting, go ahead and get, like I will go ahead and do some bobble stitch hearts and so forth, sample patterns that people can just do in one color. So you're figuring out how to do it. Because when you start that and you understand how to do that, it becomes really simple. Yeah, it is just, it's easy. It's a lot easier than people think because you're just doing single crochets and bobbles. I have a very good tendency when I do work with crochet, with a lot of blankets, is I tend to, in a lot of my blankets, I do C to C very well. Very, very well, as well. I do C to C. That's another one of my favorites to do, but these are my all-time favorites to do. And I found these and I thought, oh, I remember looking at them, I can't do that. And then I was like, and I thought, I can't write these patterns. And now I'm like, oh, these are really easy to write. They're easy to put together. Writing, I don't know about. But I tend to, when I do patterns, they tend to go, whoosh. I don't know what it is. Oh, C to C is so much fun. I would tell anybody if they're trying to do C to C blankets, go watch Bag of Days. This is a C to C scarf, okay? Go watch her scarf because it'll tell you how to stop growing it on the one side really easily and then continue to grow it on the one side. I've done C to C's. I love doing C to C's. They're so much fun. They're so easy. But if I do a single crochet row, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I have no idea what it is. These I usually don't mess up with, but somehow I have to go back and figure out where I've done something with that row, but it's pretty easy to do. I just love these blankets. I have put people's names on them. I have been able to make them very personable to the person in a way that I've never been able to do. Your favorite, I like granny squares too. I don't like sewing them all together. See, I'm not one that likes to sew them all together. I am not one that likes to, I do not. One of the things is when I get done, I have to weave in all my stitches. Do not my favorite thing to do at all. And no matter what I do, this is on our link tree. We have affiliate links through Amazon, or my mother does. This is her channel, so is Blessings Through Connection. I just get the connection out of it because I deal with chronic pain. She gets all the revenue. But I don't tend to do very well at sewing in ends. I don't know what it is. I've tried. But this is what I use. It's on our link tree, and it's an Amazon affiliate link. This is what I use as just a way of ensuring that when I put my ends in, they're going to stay where they're going to stay, and they ain't going to come out. We use these in our soap caddies that we sell in our merch store, and those soap caddies go through the washer, and the stitches never come out. And it doesn't make it hard. It doesn't, I love it. It's just, One thing I like about it is it's got the little tip, so it makes it really, you can really get it in there and make sure that you're not putting too much. And then when I put my stitches in, they don't go anyplace. But I don't like don't like sewing. Just not anything like that. Oh, I love the big granny squares too. But when I got these, I don't know, it's something about doing these. And then, like I said, having that birth date on the bottom, it's just, I don't do hats well. I always make them bigger. I mean, this is supposed to be done, I think, with a 5 crochet hook, and I'm using a 4.5. I don't know, there's just something about these that just, it got to me, and it's just been my favorite of all the ones to do. So, I need to make, I've got to, I message it's their stepmother. Eventually, I'm hoping to be able to get the funds together. Sure. To be able to make the blankets for 2 of my cousins that lost their mother in a car accident. And they asked me to do blankets, but it'll cost me about $100 for all the yarn for both the blankets. I have a funny feeling once I start that, I'm going to be asked to do even more. I always have I have 3 blankets going at once right now. Actually, I have 2, but I've got one I've got to start on too. So I'm never without a blanket to do. Never, never, never. Always a blanket. Or there's always content for the channel. It just always, there's always something. So. I've never made a blanket that is back and forth. Well, you know, like I said, I never did one like this, and now that I have, I'm hooked. They are my favorite, and I think I do very well with them. If you get a chance, go look at that reel I did, that short I did. It shows you all the ones I've done since 2024. I think these tend to come up very quickly, you know, and that's one thing that I like about them is they don't take like ages to do, but then everybody seems to really love them. Very square ones. Yeah, these are where I've just kind of sunk in and you know, if I ever have grandchildren, I'll do one for them. Like I said, I'd like to do one for my 2 cousins. Lost their mother, but they you know, I understand them so well. And my dad was, well, you know what, the fact that you're crocheting, embrace it. A lot of people don't even know how to do it. They want to do it, they try to do it, and they don't know how to do it. So love the fact. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. My dad was into pest control, and he would have to take, especially if he was doing, if he was doing, like if he was tending a house especially, or if he was doing a home and so forth, he would have to do houses or make graphs of the measurements, and he was always so good at it. I don't know, I feel like the graphs remind me a lot of what my dad did, and I understand them. They compute to my head. I just love that the possibilities are endless, and I just love it. And we've several of the blankets, two of the blankets I've been asked to do for, three. One was for our musical director that retired, and I was asked to do a blanket. Our pastor retired, I was asked to do a blanket. I've just been, that's why I said I've been tagged the blanket lady. I also like to make paper crafts. It's awesome. I just love crafting in a whole. We're gonna make we'll make the scarecrow tomorrow out of the paint pour that I did. Those pumpkins came out cute. We gotta just decorate them up just a little bit more. We took Dollar Tree pumpkins and we paint poured over them. It's like, it feels like, where did October go to? October went where? It's like, okay, come on. October went where? It's like, it's just gone so quickly. I know it's gonna, as I said, before we know it, it's gonna be 2026, absolutely. And I don't know, as far as we know, we usually go to Columbus, Indiana, which is about 5-6 hours from here. And go to Thanksgiving in Indiana with my husband's family. And then we stay over one night. We go to a Christmas party for his other side of his family. So I'm just like, where did the time go? I'm just loving, that's the first time I think I've seen the trees like that reflect on the lake. It's just so pretty. On the little pond we have here. Let's see, I try to pay attention to the time because I bring my Chromebook out here so I can do things. So it's 7 o'clock and we're getting darker and darker, quicker and quicker, guys. So 5 o'clock's a good thing to lives in Indiana. Yeah. My daughter was born in Indiana. My husband was born in Indiana. I was born in Ohio. Or not in Ohio. I was born in Florida. My mom was born in Aberdeen, Scotland, and then came over here when she was just a babe. My grandmother was born in Aberdeen, Scotland. So we actually live in the same town that my mother was raised in. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go inside in a few minutes, have my tea, have some more pumpkin bread, I think. Get some more stuff done. I've got some more stuff to get done. Comfy. Ready for bed. But thank you for joining us tonight. And if I can, I certainly will hop on to your live. I've got to go inside and do stuff for the channel, and then I've got to get the, some soap caddies I've got to finish, or get done so I can throw them in the washer. I said to myself, as much as I would, oh, it's your friend's live, okay. Okay. What channel is it? I would like to crochet the rest of the night, but I said no, I've got to do some work. Enjoy time crocheting, now it's time to work. Done my new thing. It's actually been working out really good. Just say sorry, you can't. Otherwise, I will do nothing but crochet. Hi, friendly maid, how are you? Well, I had to stop the lighthouse blanket because I've been commissioned to do this one, and this actually has to be done in about a couple weeks here, so I've really got to get done with this one, but this is the one I'm doing. Oh, I know. They're doing fireworks someplace. I mean, look at them in the pond. If you can see them, but right at the trees over there, they're reflecting right on the pond, and they're absolutely beautiful. Just gorgeous. Somebody's having fun. I guess. I don't know. No, it's fireworks. No, we're having a fireworks party. Because I can see them. They're over there. Oh my goodness. We're celebrating something. You think they can find a way to happen when that happens to... Okay, I'll have to look that reading. Okay, I'll have to look that up. Think we can do that when we get to 2K? We're like 49 away from 2K. And I said I will crochet in the snow when we get there. We're celebrating. Is it I don't know. It'd be great if we got to 2K and those were going off then. Just hold off until we get to the 2K mark. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. See where we're at, just curiosity. Curiosity has the cat, as they said. And I know it's not. We're building a community, not an audience, but that sunset is just gorgeous with fall leaves behind it. But still, it's a goal that we would like to try to see happen. That sunset is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. No, we're still 49 away. We'll get ya. Well, that's amazing that you. That's amazing that you got to there. I mean, you know, if you build a community and not an audience, or yeah, yeah, that's what you're building. You build the community, then your community is strong. That's what we're doing here. We're trying to crochet that connection. We're trying to build the audience, or build our community, and it's a goal we'd like to achieve. We're having a party somehow. It's a goal we'd like to achieve, and you know, and see happen, not only for us but for our community. And so we'll get there. I'd like to see it. We'd like to reach it by the end of the year. And you know, it's like you're so close. It's not like we're, 200 away. We're 49 away from that goal. It's like you can see it. I just don't know why they didn't wait till it's dark, because it's not that dark. And you think to yourself, now it looks a lot lighter than it is, but it's not really that dark. They're having fun, right? Well, I think you have to be yourself. We say to people all the time, be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. There is nobody that's going to be. There's YouTube channels, but there's only one you. And if you go live, you just start talking. People will come in, and sometimes you may go live and there's not many people that come in, and that's okay. You're there for the people that are showing on up. And it can get discouraging. I'm telling you, people think, and I'm going to do some little shorts. You think this is easy? No. Because I'm telling you, it changes. Let me look for my bag. When you're on this side of the camera, whole different experience, right? It's a whole different experience. And you have to have a thick skin. You cannot have a thin skin. When you go into your thing and it knocks 10 subs away and you don't know where they went to, and you have to have a thick skin. You have to be yourself. People can tell if you're not going to be yourself. You have to be yourself. And there can be YouTube channels that we have crochet in the name, but it's not our focus. Our focus is connection. We want people connecting with each other because it's so important. We want to build a community. I deal with fibromyalgia. I use crochet as a way of being able to deal with that pain. I'm blessed to crochet. I'm blessed to do other things. What are you blessed to do? But there's only one you. There's no other YouTube channel out there because you can only be you. But you got to have a thick skin, and you got to be able to say, okay, I'm just going to keep going. And no matter what, I'm not stopping. I'm not going to get off that horse. I'm going to chase my dreams and keep going. So thank you all for joining me. I'm going to get going. Wonderful time out here, of course, but the sun is set. I'm getting a little chilly. And gonna go inside and get some work done. Boy, oh boy, they're having fun, right? And I will release the recaps for the week. And new people that came in, I've got your channel, so I'll make sure that I go over and connect with you properly. So thank you so much. We will be tomorrow. We're going to be building the scarecrow. So hopefully you'll join us for that. And remember, and we'll try to go down to the Amish country. I'll see what I can film down there when we're down there. But anyways, going live and so forth. But anyway, stay warm, guys. And remember to be proud of being yourself. Everyone else is taken. Keep crocheting that connection. No crochet hook is required. And remember, we have you covered. Thank you so much for having us covered. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye, everybody, and have a great night. Thank you for stopping on by and spending some time with us. Bye-bye.